Humane Borders is a faith-based organization, and our goal is to save lives in the desert. And we know that most lives have been lost in the desert due to dehydration. Therefore, we have chosen to supply water for the migrants to save them from dying of dehydration. Specifically, we put tanks of water out in the desert, like 55-gallon drums of water, and we request permission from each landowner to put the water on their land. And we do this by studying the charts of where the migrants are traveling. So the corridors that the migrants use for traveling are where we will ask for permission to put the water out. And at each water station, which has mostly two 50-gallon drums, or sometimes 3 or 4, depending on how many migrants go through that area and how much water is used. And that's how we decide where we would like to have water stations. It came about, one man here in town came to us, and I was working with Border Links at the time, and to talk to the coordinator there and myself with a question. His question was, we have so many deaths in our desert here, right around Tucson, and we all call ourselves Christian, and we have not done a thing about the deaths in the desert. So the three of us sat there for about 2 hours trying to think of what we might do or how could we solve this problem. And we decided the problem was way too big for 3 people. So each of us called 10 people whom we thought would be interested in the same question and meet with us the following Sunday afternoon. So on Sunday afternoon, 96 people showed up for this meeting. And that just told me it was a very, very important question. And from there, we organized a committee of volunteers to plan the next meeting. And from then on, we met every month for several years, and then broke out into various humanitarian groups and worked from there on. So I do not believe that water is an enticing factor for migrants to come across the border. I have seen the conditions in which the people in Mexico live. I have heard many, many stories from migrants who come across, and no one has ever mentioned water as being one of the factors. They always tell us how difficult it is for them to make a living in Mexico and to find a job. And if they're a father or a mother of a family, they really need to support their children, their families, and find food for the children. And so they're coming across the border to be able to feed their families for the most part. There are some who come across the border, and they tell us that too, who merely want to have a better life. Personally, I do not believe that a fence will deter the migrants from coming through, and that has been proven over the years. The migrants watch carefully where the majority of Border Patrol are, and they don't go in that area. They'll go around a fence to get away from it. And it has not really deterred any migrants from coming across the border. I believe that human life is important enough that we are willing to give up our time to save lives. And not only does it save the life of the person who's died, it also saves the families. So we have no idea how many people we have helped in the long run. And I also believe that that I, as a Christian, have studied the Gospels, and the Gospels tell us that we are to support our brothers and sisters, that we do unto others as we would like to have people do to us. And I believe as a Franciscan, that every person is a brother or a sister to me.